Right now at 5, he's accused of burglarizing a Janesville gun store a week ago today, and still no sign of the man local, state, and federal authorities are now looking for. What Joe Jakubowski plans to achieve with the more than a dozen weapons, body armor, and helmet he stole remains unclear.
But another part of his plan was achieved today.
His 161-page manifesto of grievances against the government arrived at the White House. Burglary charges were filed today for the gun store break-in, and we learned more about the weapons. Law enforcement in Rock County is stepping up security in places where large numbers of people gather.
And the FBI today released a new picture of Jakubowski showing what he might look like if he cut off all his hair. Ricky Mitchell is live in Janesville with the latest on this massive manhunt. Ricky.
Well, Carol and George, now that charges have been filed, we've learned from a criminal complaint that Joseph Jakubowski allegedly stole 18 firearms in that burglary, and that includes a fully automatic M16 rifle. He also may have in his possession 2 silencers, along with ammunition and magazines. And while investigators continue to follow leads in this case, we spoke with a retired FBI profiler who says it's very likely he's no longer in Wisconsin. Joseph Jakubowski continues to evade law enforcement tonight, who have spent nearly every waking hour tracking down leads.
He will make poor decisions during a mistake, and that will cause him to come to the attention of law enforcement.
Dr. Mary Ellen O'Toole was an FBI agent for nearly 30 years, and she specialized in understanding what a fugitive's thinking on the run.
He's had a sufficient lead time to get out of the area and to make his way, which logically would be the East Coast, because it's the center of government and politics.
Authorities released these images of Jakubowski's tattoos located on his right hand, forearm, and upper arm. These are the most recent surveillance images of Jakubowski, captured hours before he allegedly burglarized a gun store and then set his car on fire. And this video released by authorities shows Jakubowski mailing his manifesto to the president that reportedly had anti-religious and anti-government comments. Dr. O'Toole says no one writes a manifesto overnight, and she believes Jakubowski has been planning his next move for a long time.
We're dealing with someone who's mission-oriented. That means they are intent on following through with whatever they decided to do, and their judgment is flawed. And in the end, with many manifesto offenders, they're prepared to die for their cause.
And Dr. O'Toole says even though he may have changed his appearance, she actually believes that he won't, because in her experience, individuals like Jakubowski want to take full credit for whatever plan they have. Now, in the meantime, the FBI has doubled its reward for information in this case to $20,000. Anyone who sees Jakubowski is asked to immediately call 911. Reporting live in Janesville, Ricky Mitchell, today's TMJ4.
Yeah, very scary. Ricky, thank you very much.
Well, the Rock County Sheriff says the manifesto led them to increase security at schools and the courthouse.
Obviously, when you read the document that he sent to the White House, he has a strong dislike or hatred towards government officials, both local and federal and state level. So we're concerned that, if his end game is to inflict casualties, then he may go someplace where there are going to be a large number of people.
And we urge you to stay with today's TMJ4 for continuing coverage of the manhunt on air and online at tmj4.com.